Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use a random number generator or a random number table, which is what you've kind of seen through some of the Edgenuity work, but also in some stat classes, like as you work through. So a random table or a random number generator is really helpful because one, it helps us avoid bias. And bias really is, you know, when you might favor one side or the other when you're picking who to sample. So a random table, a random number generator helps us avoid that. So we have this example here, and I'll kind of show you. It's actually really simple and easy, 2 or 3 steps to kind of use these. And it can be a little confusing, so let's kind of take a look. So you got the CEO of a company wants to determine if taking the employees to a company retreat will boost their morale. He wants to sample 50 of the 250 employees. The employees are assigned the numbers 001 to 250. Refer to the given line to figure out which ones are selected. So here's our line, right here from our random table. And this, could change kind of as you're working through your problems. They gave us one here, so that's kind of nice. So the first thing we need to understand is there are a few conditions here. The first is we have to make sure that we're choosing 3-digit numbers, right? They have to have 3 digits in them. The second is if we are sampling any of these employees, they have to be between the numbers 001 and 250. So I want you to pause and kind of think about that. That 250 came from the fact that there's only 250 employees in the company. So obviously, we can't pick any numbers greater than 250 because that person wouldn't exist. They wouldn't even be a part of the company. So right now, I see some answer choices here, and I'm actually going to start eliminating some just because I want to make it easier for myself. So I'm going to totally eliminate this first answer because, again, all of these numbers, 462, 545, 816, they are beyond our 250 employee maximum. So I know that I'm not going to use this one. So that's kind of nice. So now these other 3 options that we have, we'll call this B, C, D, right? Maybe that was A. Let's just kind of see which ones would work. So there are a few steps in using a random table or random number generator, and the steps are pretty simple. First step is that you pick any starting point. Now, of course, on a multiple choice test, it's a little tricky just because they're giving you answers where they're already starting with a point versus in like an open-ended test or question, you're going to have to just pick one by yourself. So like, for example, like some people might pick 5 to start with, like right here. Other people might pick the 3. Other people might pick the 6, like whatever it's going to be. But in this case, we're going to use our answer choices to help us. So after you pick your starting point, right, you're then going to, I don't like how big that is just count by the number of digits. And we already established that we are going to use 3-digit numbers for our employees. Okay. And we're going to make a list. So let me start. I'm actually going to start with answer choice C to evaluate it, just to kind of help you get this process. So let's say that we picked to start at this point 1 here that I'm writing in black. We would count 3 digits. So the first digit would be 160. The first 3-digit number would be 160. And we're just going to count in order. So 3 more digits, that would be the number 096. Okay, we're looking pretty good so far, right? Like, oh wow, two answers right already. But let's keep going and kind of see what works out. So we're going to count by 3s still. So 953 is the next 3-digit number. and then we have 839. And you'll notice I'm not skipping any numbers or moving over anything. I just keep counting and writing in a straight line, right, in groups of 3. So the next 3 group would be 940. And then the next 3 group would be 400. The next 3 would be 326, and then of course I run out of 3 digits, so I stop there. So when I look at this list, yes, I had 160. Yes, we had 096. We wouldn't be able to use 953 because that's way too big of a number, right? So I guess that maybe that's, step 3 is to eliminate impossible answers. eliminate eliminate numbers, right? 839, we wouldn't use that one either, right? Again, way too big. 940, can't use that. 400, can't use that. 326, can't use that. So we don't even have a 040 number. So that means that this does not even work if we were to count by threes. So let's do this again. Okay, so I'm going to show you. And so what I'll do is I'll erase this just so we can start fresh. It's a little crazy. I'm going to do this in blue for the right answer. Okay. So if we look at option B, right, they started with 009. So let's go ahead and look in our number string. And I'm looking. Oh, let me go back. I see it. So they would have had to start at this 0 that's kind of hanging on the edge there, right next to that 6. So again, we count by threes. So this is our point that we started at. So we'd have 009. The next 3 would be 695, right? The next 3 would be 383. Then we'd have 994. And then we'd have 040. And then 032 and 662. So now let's go through and in blue kind of mark what we got. So 009 works, love that, right? 695, we actually can't use that. Remember that rule, it has to be below 250. So we can't use 383, we can't use 994. We can use 040, there's that 040 popped up. And we can use 032. So all 3 of these are going to work, right? And if you really wanted to go through and check for answer choice D, you would see the same thing happens where your numbers don't match up. So again, just make sure to reiterate your steps. First, pick any starting point. You need to count by the number of digits that you have, and usually that's going to be in your problem. And then third, you want to make sure you eliminate any numbers that would not apply to your situation. So in our situation here, we could not go over 250 because that was the maximum number of employees. I hope this helped. Hope you have a good day.